Hello everyone, Shadefire here, and today I'm taking a first impressions look at Dead by Daylight. This is a 5-player multiplayer game, though I'll say off the bat that this is not a game you want to get to play with your friends unless you have 5 friends willing to buy it, because right now the only way to play with friends is to create a private match, which does not get you any progression points. Now the devs have said that they're adding a party system, eventually, but it's not in there yet, so you can't just play against randoms or with randoms with some of your friends as well. That said, if you're somebody who wants to play a multiplayer game and doesn't have friends to play them with, then this game's great, because there is no way to interact with the other people you're playing with. There's no voice chat, there's no real text chat, and there's no even voice commands to interact with them. We are basically 4 survivors versus this one killer. There are 3 different killers that you could potentially play as or play against. So let's get in here. We'll play as a survivor first, because I think that's the one I'll do better as. Alright, so getting into the loadout screen here, you can see my survivor rank is 20. That's actually the lowest rank. They go up, or I mean they go down instead of up. So you know, level 1 is the highest for a survivor. Over here is my blood points. I don't have very much right now. You can see I've leveled up Meg to level 3, and you level up by this blood web. Basically, most of the things you do in a match will get you blood points at the end, and then you can spend them on this web where you'll unlock various items. Items and stuff like the flashlight are consumable in that if you die while having one equipped, you lose it. So you'll find multiple flashlights on this blood web, and these are all random, and every time you fill out all the ones available, you'll get a new blood web and level up your character. I think each of the survivors has 3 perks that are unique to them. You don't lose perks, though, when you die. And you can level these up through the blood web as well. So let's see here. What do I have unlocked? I have a flashlight and 2 first aid kits. Neither of those is super useful. First aid kit, obviously, you can heal people faster, and it lets you heal yourself, which really is the only reason to use it, because you can heal other people without it. It's just faster. The flashlight, you can use it to stun/blind the killer, but it's pretty hard to use. Alright, so yeah, that's all fine. You can see there's customization, but this is not really in the game yet. You can't ever get more stuff, but you can see they have like common and all that. So presumably you'll eventually get loot crates or something, and maybe you'll have to buy keys, but that would be really dumb of the developer. Anyhow, let's join a lobby, see if we can find some randoms. Oh, failed to join game. Failed to join game. Another thing, too, is there are no servers for this game. It's all peer-to-peer, which is, again, kind of dumb. Oh. But as much as I sound like maybe I'm being down on it, I am actually totally into this game conceptually. You know, it is a slasher movie that is playable. Alright, so we got a full lobby here. You can see that slash means there's a killer or 2. And those 2 people probably left because you'll see a lot of people lobby hopping trying to find their friends, because that's the only way to get into a match with their friends. And this means somebody used an offering, which can alter the match. And that looks like it reduces the mist that makes things harder to see. Alright, so here we are in Coldwind Farm. There are 3 sort of tile sets, and then each of those tile sets has a couple different variations in them. Some of the stuff is also randomly placed. Alright, so unlike the killer, who is first person, the survivors, or victims, are third person. Alright, here he comes. When you hear that music, it means he's nearby. If you see a red glow, that means he's looking at you from very close. I think the spawns are always the same, because the killer always seems to rush straight towards where everyone is at the beginning. Alright, so our goal here, you can see on the bottom left, there are 5 generators in the map. We have to turn those on, which will unlock the exit gates at the edge of the map. Generators require repairing, though, so they do take a while. So basically, we just need to avoid the killer long enough to get these things going. You essentially have one hit you can take without going down, where he puts it... Oh, fuck. He trapped that pretty quick. Alright, well at least that tells me which killer we're against, the Trapper. Alright, so now I'm wounded, which means I'm going to make a lot of moaning sounds that he can hear, and I'm also going to leave a blood trail behind me. Another survivor could stabilize me. Oh yeah, here he comes. He's probably going to hear me, I can't really hide now. I wasn't even looking for that fucking trap. Like, normally it's pretty easy to kind of just slink into the grass and crouch, and the killer won't see you. But when I'm like this, he's going to hear me if he's wearing headphones. Also, you can see that I have no idea where the other survivors are. They really don't want you to be able to work together easily in this, because it would be too unfair for the killer, apparently. And that's why there's no voice chat. Alright. I guess he gave up on trying to find me. Okay. That was actually clever to put it in the grass, though. Sometimes you'll see people put it right in front of the generator, and it's like, alright, I'll just disarm that. Oh, was that him I just saw? I saw Shadow move past that wall. Also, whenever you're doing any task like this, there is a QTE that comes up. You'll hear that little sound right before it starts. And fucking that up means he saw a big bubble of sound. So he knows you're there if you fuck up one of those generators. Man, I usually do pretty good at this, but I can't believe I fucking stepped in a bear trap right at the beginning. Alright, here's one of the exit gates. Oh, somebody got hit on the bottom there. Oh yeah, before I stepped in the bear trap, I mentioned that you basically can take one hit, it puts you into that wounded state that I'm in, and then, ah shit, here it comes. And then if you take another hit, you go into a crawling state, where you can eventually get up on your own, if you can, you know, crawl away from the killer while he's distracted. But someone can also help you up. God damn it. Just let me fix the damn generator. He must be right over here and not moving too much. Alright, let's see if I can not fuck up the QTE. God damn it. You can also hide in these closets, but it doesn't make you stop moaning, so there's no point. It's very close. I wish I could find another survivor to get them to patch me up. For fuck's sakes. Let me find every bear trap with my legs. Hey, friend. Wow, did he totally not see me? I think he went after the other guy. Go away! This is my hiding spot. Ah, fuck. Alright, let's just try to get into the grass, and then I'll be able to... Oh no, he's coming back right. He's like, So once he picks us up, we can start wiggling out of his grasp. And if you succeed at this, you go back into the wounded state instead of the crawling state. You can try to get away. If someone has a flashlight, they can also flash him in the face to try to get him to drop me. It happens sometimes. But he's trying to find a hook to stick me on. Oh, I'm so close to escaping. Alright, so I can attempt escape here, but if I do, I will lose a big chunk of my health if I fail. And it's only like a 5% success chance. So I'm just going to hang here and hope that somebody comes for me. Unfortunately, shitty killers will just hang around you instead of, you know, accomplishing anything. Because my teammates could be repairing generators right now, which they're not doing for some reason. And spider legs are forming, which means I'm close to death. So now I gotta fight for my life, but this means I'm about to die. Oh, I guess somebody was repairing the generator still. The incentive to save other survivors, aside from them fixing shit, is that you get points for it. Wow, Killer, you managed to get one person. And now they're all going to escape. Alright, so I was sacrificed, but everybody else should probably get away. Except maybe Ensef here. Alright, one person bailed already. So that means there's just this guy who might try to save the other guy. Also, I just noticed you can see the outline of the other survivor is just off the map running. But yeah, I don't really understand the idea of, oh, if you could communicate, it would be too unfair to the killer. Like, what are you going to say? Oh, he's over there. I can't really imagine too many useful things other than like, alright, you go in and distract him, and I'll go around behind him and free it from the hook. But unsurprisingly, as a multiplayer game, the community for this is very whiny, as you expect. Well, I say the community, more like certain vocal members of every multiplayer game community, especially with these indie, niche multiplayer games. Oh, Killer is too OP. Oh, survivors are too OP. Killer never wins. I don't know why this guy's bothering. This guy's just gonna camp. He doesn't even see him behind him. Another thing we didn't really see there, but if you're the last person left on a map, either because your team has all died or because everyone else has escaped, there is a hatch on the map that opens up, and you can just jump in that to escape instead. That way, if you've got like multiple generators left and you're the last person, there's actually a chance to win. And, of course, that's another thing that players have complained about. Alright, so that's pretty much Survivor. I mean, yeah, I didn't escape, but there isn't too much difference there if I had. So let's try Killer here. I'm not going to do great as Killer, because I'm not great at Killer. So we have three options. We have the Trapper, who obviously can put down bear traps as his special ability. We have the Wraith, who can go invisible. He has this little bell that he rings to go invisible, but he also rings it to become visible again, so it's not like he can sneak up on you that well. And then we've got the Hillbilly, whose special ability is a chainsaw, or rather, he does like a chainsaw rush when you use it, so, you can run down fleeing survivors. Everyone complains about the Wraith being overpowered, but I don't know, I've only seen him like once or twice. I think we'll just go with the Trapper. He was in the beta, so he's the one I actually know a little bit about. Some bear trap upgrades, faster bear traps. So you mentioned there of the Entity, which is the spider monster in the sky that all of these killers are serving and trying to sacrifice you to. That's interesting. But I didn't get very many points out of that match because I died. So I don't really have anything to use here. Another kind of annoying thing is that the killer is always the host. So, if you want to play Killer, make sure you have a pretty good connection. Also, this might take quite a while to actually fill up, because obviously One of the problems with a lot of these asymmetrical multiplayer games is that everybody wants to play the non-standard side instead of the, humans. So there's a lot of people queuing as killers. So we're probably gonna have to give it a couple minutes here. Alright, we've got our team of survivors here. Nope, there goes one of them. There goes two of them. I guess there are still quite a few people trying to do the whole jump out of lobbies to find friends thing. Alright, may have to wait a bit longer to actually wait for these people to stick around. Alright, we finally got a team of people to stick around. Alright, brighter moonlight and extra blood points for the survivors. I don't know if those blood point ones affect just the person who used it or the whole team of survivors. Not that it matters to me as the killer. Alright, McMillan Estate. So, if I can kill at least one of them, I'll be happy. Honestly, I find playing as the killers more stressful than playing as the humans. I can only carry one bear trap at a time, and we actually have to find more once we've used them. Alright, so as a killer, you see we're first person, we can see the generators. Let's put a bear trap here. Pick up another one. Oh god, it's behind all those boxes. Okay, there's somebody over by that generator. They can hear my music, but I can't hear them when they're nearby. Yeah, he fucking ran off. Come on, bear trap. Alright, so unless they screw up a generator, my only real way to find them is just kind of wander from generator to generator. You can hear them repairing if you get close enough. Let's grab that. Oh, shit, that was my deployed one. Fuck. Can you see why I'm bad at killer? I haven't even really seen one of them yet. Alright. Somebody disarmed one of my bear traps. That means they're going to be fixing that generator. Actually, they probably ran away. Yeah. Oh, no. Now, you can't get too quick hits in because... Nope. They can vault over stuff where you have to either kick it or slowly climb over it. But if you can catch them as they're sliding over, you just instantly go into a grab. Here, hang out for a bit. Oh, shit. I hit the wrong button. Oh, I thought he escaped. Just hang out there for a sec, friend. On the one hand, I want to put a trap under him, but... yeah, somebody's coming in to save him. Don't worry, there's enough hooks for all of you. Now we're getting a nice collection of Christmas ornaments. Oh, this one got away? No, he's still there. Alright, let's try to get back to this guy before they save him. See, this can be a problem on the survivor team. One person gets grabbed, gets hooked, and you lose half the team trying to save him. Come here, you. I think one of them disconnected. Set that for some extra points. And I think that's pretty much the end of that. Goodbye, friends. Well, that went astoundingly well. Those must have been fairly new folk. So this is another thing people have complained about. You can see, even though I killed all 4 of them, I didn't even get 1 progression point towards, you know, rank 19. And if I had been a higher rank, I actually would have lost a rank point there for not killing them, you know, points worthy enough by chasing them and all that. So the rank system is stupid and works very poorly. But again, this is freshly out, though it's not early access. But they are gonna, you know, release more stuff for it, so hopefully they fix that stuff. And because we got some points there, we can spend them on our blood web. Get some gloves, get a mystery box, clear reagent. Oh, I'm very short on points. Anyhow, that's pretty much both sides of Dead by Daylight. It's not a very complicated game, and it's kind of dumb that you can't talk to people at all, because, oh, then they'll be toxic over the mic, which, I don't know, if you can't handle people potentially being douchebags, then maybe don't play multiplayer games. Anyhow, aside from that, I've enjoyed this so far, and, oh yeah, I'll keep playing it, and, I do hope they add that party system stuff, even though maybe that'll make, you know, matches unfair for the killer. Who knows? They have to test it out and see. But, yeah, this is Dead by Daylight. It's pretty cool. It's only like 20 bucks, so, you know, it's not exactly high-priced. But again, it is multiplayer only, so there's no single-player stuff in here. Oh yeah, there's also these daily rituals, which are, you know, you have a day to complete these certain tasks to get more points. And, yeah, I might play more of this, you know, do a couple individual matches if people are interested in seeing that. But otherwise, that'll be all for now. I've been Shadefire, and I hope you'll come get sacrificed by me again some other day. Until then, you folks all take care.